Hello again. Welcome to another lesson in Algebra 1. Today we are covering section 2.5, using the distributive property. All right, so we have a warm-up here. As always, you're supposed to do the warm-up before you start the video. So if you have not done that, pause the video and then come back. All right, number 1, 5 times 3x equals 3x times 5. And our directions are to say which property is demonstrated below. So this changes the order of the 5 and 3x when they're multiplied together. So anything that times changes the order, commutative property. Okay, so nothing went away. Instead, we just changed the order in which we multiply. All right, second one. 8 parentheses 4 plus x equals 8 parentheses x plus 4. Once again, nothing went away, but we're changing the order of the 4 and x. So this is the commutative property. Okay. Number 3, 3 plus 2x in parentheses plus 6x, and then 3 plus 2x plus 6x in parentheses. All right, so nothing went away. The order did not change. The only thing that changed was the parentheses, which will allow us to add these like terms, which we'll learn about again today together. Okay, so this is going to be the associative property. Okay. Number 4. 5x times negative 1 equals negative 5x. So timesing by negative 1 changes the number to its opposite. So this is the property of negative 1. And our last one, negative 5x equals 0 plus negative 5x. So 0 is the additive identity, and we are adding it onto negative 5x, which did not change its identity. So this is the identity property. Remember, multiplying by 1 is the multiplicative identity. All right, the distributive property. Let A, B, and C be real numbers. The products of A and B plus C is equal to the sum of the products of AB and AC. So in algebra, it looks like this. A times B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. Or A times B minus C equals AB minus AC. So I always say it's like jumping the fence property. So the A jumps the fence here and times to both of them inside, and the same thing here. But it doesn't change the sign between adding and subtracting. All right, here's an example. 2 times x plus 3. There's another way to model this with the area model. So you can think of it like this. Here's x and 3. So we're doing 2 times x plus 3. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. So our answer to this is 2x plus 6. So also the jump the fence, so 2 times x makes 2x, and 2 times 3 makes 6. The reason why we have the distributive property is so we can clear away parentheses when there's a multiply outside, and the inside of the parentheses are not like terms. We're not allowed to add x plus 3 up. They don't go together. Okay? So instead, we can distribute the 2 and make the parentheses go away to make this look a little more simplified. So the same thing here for 4 times 2x plus 2x minus 7. So I'm multiplying 4 times 2x and times minus 7. So 4 times 2x will make 8x, and 4 times minus 7 will make negative 28. So 8x minus 28 is our answer here. Okay. Distributive property is used to find the product of a number and the sum of numbers. It is used very, very, very frequently this year. Okay, so you need to be very good at this property. Okay, use distributive property to write the equivalent expression for each. So I'm going to show the area model, and then I'll show you the jumping the fence. So the area model, we have 4, and we're timesing that by y and plus 3. So 4 times y will give me 4y, and 4 times 3 would give me plus 12. So this will turn into 4y plus 12. Another way to think of it is just jump the fence here. 4 times y gives me 4y. And 4 times add 3 will give me add 12. Okay. All right, so this one's going in reverse. So we may have y and then plus 7 and then a y up here. All right, so y times y is going to give me y squared, and y times 7 will give me 7y. So this is y squared plus 7y. All right, with the jump the fence method, this is y times y. They can jump backwards over the fence. Y times y is y squared. A number times itself makes y squared. Use the exponent of 2 for repeated multiplication of two things. Okay, and then 7 times y will give me 7y. Number 3, we'll do the area model first. So we have n. We have n and minus 9. So I do n times n. Once again, this gives me n squared. And n times minus 9 makes minus 9n. Okay, jump the fence method. N times n squared. N times minus 9, minus 9n. Okay, so in the end, whether you use the area model or the jump the fence model, we're really just looking for this part. The rest is scratch work. Okay, so here we have 2 and minus n, and we have an 8. Okay, 2 times 8 will make 16, and 8 times negative n will make negative 8n. So this will turn into 16 minus 8n. 8 times 2 for 16, 8 times subtract n for negative 8n, or subtract 8n. Okay. The parts of expression that are added together are called terms. The number part of a term is called, the variable part is called the coefficient of the term. So 2x plus 8 plus 9xy. These are 3 terms in here. These are the parts of the expression that are added together. Okay, and then the number part in front is the coefficient. So this has a coefficient of 2, and this has a coefficient of 9. And the middle one is a constant term, so it doesn't have a coefficient. There's no variable part to it. Okay, so a constant term has no variable part, such as 8 in the expression below or the expression right here. Okay, like terms are terms that have the same variable part, such as negative x and 2x in the expression below. So these are our like terms. They both have x as their variable part. Constant terms are also like terms, so like 8 and 5 are like terms. Okay. All right. So identify like terms, coefficients, and constant terms of the expression below. Okay. So here is our expression. We have the following: negative 2x plus negative 8 plus 6x plus 5. Remember, the terms are separated by adding, and we can do leave, change, or add the opposite to make a subtraction become an adding. So our terms here are all of these parts in between the adding: negative 2x, negative 8, 6x, and 5. Our like terms, sorry about that. Our like terms are the ones that could be added together. So the negative 2x and the 6x are like terms. That's one pair. And remember, constant terms can also be like terms. So the negative 8 and the 5 are my other pair of like terms. Okay. The coefficients are the numbers in front of the variable terms. So we have negative 2 and we have 6. So here are my coefficients. And the constant terms are the terms that have no variable parts. So that's negative 8 and 5. Okay? So we had 2 sets of like terms. The blue ones could be added together, and the green ones could be added together. We have 2 constant terms. We have 2 coefficients because we had 2 variable terms. By the way, if the variable has no number in front of it, remember, it always has a 1 there. So up here, this guy's coefficient would be negative 1. Okay, and then we have 4 total terms, the parts separated by add. Okay, all right. Simplify each expression and be sure to combine the like terms. So this is the part you want to pay special attention to. You're going to be doing a Khan Academy follow-up, and you'll see lots of quiz and test and also the classwork next time about this stuff. Okay, so what we have to do is try to distribute and get rid of any parentheses, and then we have to combine the like terms. So the ones that could be added together. So first I'll do the jump the fence method with this. So this will give me 4x and 6. And then we bring down the 7x. The multiply that's between the 2 and the parentheses happens before the adding of the 7x on. Okay? And then we look at who's like terms. So I have an x term and I have another x term. So this is 4x plus 7x, which makes 11x. The 6 is a constant term. There's no other constant terms. So he has no like terms or buddies to add up with. Okay. Number 7, we have term 7c and negative 11c. They are like terms. They both have the same variable part. So we go 7 plus negative 11, which gives me negative 4, and put the c back. Okay. So we're adding the coefficients in front, and then we're sticking the c back with it. Okay. Number 8, we do the distributive property first. So negative 6v minus 6. A negative times a positive 1 will give me a subtract 6 there. And then plus v. Okay. Now our like terms are negative 6v and plus 1v. So negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5v. And then the 6 has no buddies, so we bring down the subtract 6. Okay. Number 9, we're going to do distributive property backwards, jump over the fence. So this will be negative 2y. And negative 3 times negative 2 will make positive 6. Be careful with that sign. A lot of people will mess that part up. And then we bring down 14y and plus 3. Okay. Our like terms, we have 2 sets of them. We have the one circled in red, and we have the one circled in blue. Okay. The blue ones are also constant terms. So when the red ones add up, our variable parts, we get 12y, and then we add the blue parts, and that makes 9. Okay. 2 more. So we have to figure out who are like terms here. Well, the first term is 3xy and 8xy. They have the same variable parts. Okay, so we'll put those together first. 11xy. And that's because they have more variables than the other two. Now, the other two are not like terms. One's an x and one's a y. So when they have the same amount of variables, we put them just in alphabetical order. So x comes before y, so we'll do 7x and then minus 10y. Notice you guys say, oh, well, they all have x's and y's, so when I add them all together, well, they're different. This one has an x and a y. This one has only an x, and this one has only a y. So none of them have the same variable part in our final answer here. Okay. All right, our last one, we'll distribute this subtract, or this negative 1, to both parts. So here it would look like this in the area model, 7t and positive 2. So a negative times 7t will make negative 7t, and a negative times positive 2 would make negative 2. So this will become 5t minus 7t minus 2. Okay, then we could put our t's together. 5 minus 7 is negative 2t, and we bring down the minus 2. All right, so your follow-up tonight is to start/complete, depending upon how good you learn from the notes, the Khan Academy Coaches from Recognition, combining like terms with distribution and negative numbers. This is a tricky one, so it might take you a little while. Please note the due date, which is not next class, so it's actually a couple days afterwards. Okay. All right, so you'll get some time over, if you started the notes the day I assign them, you get some time, and then you'll get the next class, and then it'll be due after that. So pay attention to the due date. That's when I'll assign your points for you. If you're having trouble, which I do suggest you start this tonight so you'll know if you're having trouble, then come for some extra help or rewatch the video. All right, I'll see you in class next time.